Just give me 1 second. I gotta get all this together here. It takes a minute. And Kiki said she's gonna be late, so.
I heard that.
All right, let's see. Give me 1 second to get on Facebook on my phone. That way I can read what everybody says, if anybody says anything. And you should be able to go to add people if you need to add people, Crystal. All right. We are live, so anyway, we'll get started, I guess. Michael, how's it going this week, man?
Everything's good. I just got back from Arkansas. Filmed a movie out there. Filmed my part for the movie, at least most of my part. In another month, I fly to LA to finish the part. But it was really good. Met a lot of cool people. Met a lot of really good actors, and I'm happy to be home because I have so much going on, man. I just need to rest.
For everybody that was wondering, the lady at the top or the bottom or wherever she is on your screen as you see it is Crystal. And Crystal, I met because she had a band called Drainage X. And I met her and her husband and her band last year, I do believe. And then Crystal dropped off the face of the earth, and I couldn't find her forever. And she came back, and I want Crystal to tell you all her story because it's actually a pretty amazing story, Michael. So, can you tell everybody your story, Crystal?
Yes. My name's Evil. Everybody knows me as that. Drainage X. Been the metal juggalo band for a long time, 20 years. I went to work for Psychopathic when I was really young, so I've been down with the clowns forever. Came out, met this man, married him, and we started our own band. And we toured with the clowns. We've lived it up. Main stage 4 times at the Gathering, straight up. I mean, we was doing some shit. And I don't know if the Rona hit, and he was kind of a dick most of the time, but the Rona hit in October. We did our CD release party on October 30th, and went home, and he commenced to try to end my life. And this is a man I was dedicated to and loved for 20 years. He found out he was living a double life. And I didn't just lose, a husband. I lost a family, a home. I walked away from it all, a band, everything I know, not a dime in my pocket. And I'm lucky to have found some great people that have helped me to get better. And, it's a hard pill to swallow either way. So this interview is kind of hard. So, just bear with me. DX was my baby. I never thought I'd say that I wasn't a member of Drainage X because our motto was ruining your life since 2002. We were the band everybody loved to hate. Underdog, always seen that way with the out of the box thinking that we have.
And ironically, the name of the show is Out of the Box. So
I lost. I'm back. So I lost a lot. But the thing is, in that loss, I found myself. Because I didn't even realize how much support was out there for me in the underground industry. I mean, I know that I'm basically a legend when it comes to that. Not many chicks make it in this path, just straight up. I'm really well respected and loved. And it's just like, I was on my friend's balcony one night, and it came to me that I got to come out and do my own thing. So now I'm doing myself as the Enigma. And I'm going to be either rapping and doing metal and, and singing. And this is just, it's all hard for me. Like, I was so nervous to come on here with you guys. I'm just going to be straight because I miss my kids. And I got 6 boys, my dogs, everything. And I'm one tough ass son of a bitch. I mean, there ain't much that can kill me because I'm a bad bitch, when it comes right down to it, just straight up. I've been through everything that anybody could possibly go through,
I applaud you. I applaud you, and I give you props because, man, you're still standing. And that's what you got to remember is that through thick and thin, through all that happened to you, you're still standing. Yep. And I give you mad props.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. I feel
And
kind of
Michael,
invincible at this point. Sometimes it's
and
like,
Michael,
eh.
you don't know Michael, Crystal. Michael, went from being in gangs and doing bad things like that and going to prison to being a born again Christian now. And he does faith-based movies, and he does
Oh,
regular
hell yeah.
movies too. So he does all that. His stories you can see on my YouTube. Anybody that wants to watch it, he's
One love.
he's me and him have been thick as thieves and brothers for about 2 years now, and
Yeah.
I want to tell him I'm proud of him too because he's gone
Wow,
from
that's awesome,
He's
brother.
gone from, a few little films to now owning his own movie company where he makes his own films and, traveling all over the United States making films. And I mean, he's the first person I sent the idea that Project Warren had about wanting to make their own film about themselves because I knew it's something that might radiate with him because he's been there and seen hardships. And Crystal, Project Warren since they first started almost.
Yeah.
They have worked their ass off
Oh, yeah,
all
they
their
really
life to
have.
be where they're at, and they are legends in the underground rap scene. I mean, they are
They
true
really are.
legends. And
In my world, for real, in my world, because, I mean, our world is different. We're the unseen that needs to be seen now, the
Yeah.
non-existent, the forgotten. I was born into the thug life, straight up, born into it. Okay. My mom was a biker and yada, 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 all that bullshit. But I found a crew with Psychopathic and the Juggalos of people that accepted me for who I was. I can be my different ass mental case. I can, have people not judge me. And these guys would give anything for you. And it's a lifestyle, so when I found the Juggalos and shit, like, that was my world. I mean, they're my family, they're my ride or dies, and Project Born is a huge part of that. And then you got Ice P, Esham, all these guys that I've looked up to for years. And it's like I was so lucky when I got that call from Alex Abyss and he said, "Come work for me." It did change my life. You sit there and watch a band, and then all of a sudden they're calling you saying, "Come work for them." That's some shit. And I'm lucky to be where I'm at. I got to meet you, Mike, and the people that I've met and been around and seen. It's just
yeah,
amazing.
but
But
she don't give herself enough credit because her family, her uncle was a producer for WCW,
Keith Mitchell, yeah,
and her
he was
mother
the creator. I grew up with him,
and
the
her
the Von
mother
Erichs
was
creator.
great friends with the Undertaker and people
Oh, they
like that.
dated when he was Mean Mark.
So she hung out with all these people when she was younger, in the business, wrestling business even. So she knows all that stuff too. I mean, so, for her to come out like you, Mike, and be able to see the other end, how many of us haven't been able to do that?
Shit,
Even
Yeah.
most
last
people put a
year, I
bullet in their
mean,
dome.
even last year, think of all the people that were stuck in houses by themselves with nobody. Might not even had a computer to be able to talk to people, might not even had a phone to talk to people. I mean, we see a lot of it, on TV and movies now that what people went through during COVID. And for you to be able to live through all that, that's amazing. I don't have a story
We
like
have
that.
to be the light, Mike. We have to be the light. We have to be the love. We have to be the ones that show these kids that, yeah, our world is changing and shit's getting real, but there is a path and you don't have to give up. You believe in yourself and have heart and have love and have confidence about who you are.
Yeah.
Nothing can stop you. You create your own path. You are the creator of your world. And my girl that I'm with right now, I'm not gonna put her on blast here, but my girl, she's been teaching me a lot of things. And I'm learning about myself because I spent the last 20 years dressing like a dude. Because if I look to somebody or talk to somebody, oh, don't do that, blah, 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 blah. Everybody wanted me to be somebody else. Everybody wanted me to be somebody else. And I am a circle that they were trying to fit in a square. You have to be
Yeah.
true to yourself. And look
You're
at
never
me.
gonna be happy until you're yourself.
Right. And look at this now. I mean, I was afraid to wear skirts. I got a freaking skirt on, okay? I was afraid to put makeup on or do my hair or do any of that. And this woman that I love, my new sister, she freaking tap my dog.
Hey, everybody on Facebook, I see all of you. If you have any questions, let us know. Of course, you all know Michael. You've seen him a million times. And
Yeah.
Crystal, I don't know if she's seen her on Facebook with me or not, but we've done a few things. Uh, Hi, Sean and Steven.
Doing a few more.
Steve, Lisa, Ashley, hi. If you all can, please share where everybody can watch. This will be on YouTube later tonight or tomorrow, so you can watch it on YouTube too. Um, but anyway, so I mean, where do you go from here, Crystal? After everything you've been through, where do you go from here, Crystal?
Like I said, I'm launching my own, rap stuff. I've got lot of irons in the fires here. But what I'm doing is I'm building my empire this time. And I want to help people. I want to help kids. But I also want to be myself and have fun. I've never had fun in life. I work too much. I never experienced the good shit. So it's my fucking turn
Yeah.
to shine. And ain't nobody going to steal that shine this time.
I can see that spark. I can see that spark. She's determined. She's a go-getter. Um like I said, it takes a strong, strong woman to stand up after what you've been through. I applaud you. Shoot, you're
Thank
my
you.
idol.
Oh, thank you.
Um, I say this because if you don't know my story, I'm a former gang member. I'm a former drug addict. I was an addict, a heroin addict for years and years and years. I was a prisoner. I was a high ranking thing in a let's just say a prison gang, a Mexican prison gang.
Yeah, you don't have to
Um,
go into detail.
yeah, so I've done really horrible stuff, and I'm one to say that there is redemption, there is second chances, but you're not about redemption, and second chances. You're about a person
I'm making this
standing
world
up,
my bitch. Sorry.
standing up, and making the world her own, and that's that. You know, you're an influence, just like I'm an influence to people that came from where I came from. You're an influence to young females and females that you know what, you don't have to be beaten by or not even beaten but psychological abuse. You don't need to do that. You don't need a man to be your backbone. You're your own backbone. And I see that in you. I see that in you. You're strong, you're beautiful. You're gonna make it in this world.
Oh yeah. They've been
You've
trying to
already
do
made it.
You know,
You've already made it. Now just prove to everyone you can do it by yourself.
and it's so wild that both of you come from different backgrounds, but are almost the same. You know what I mean? You all made it, whereas other people, what would be your advice, Crystal, for people that had gone through the same thing you have? Because what happened to you with your ex-husband and what he did to you was very, very, very heinous. To be with somebody for so many years as you were, was there physical abuse all the time, or was it just mental abuse for the most part?
a little bit of both. But what I want to say to women that have been in my shoes is turn your tragedy into a triumph. Learn from it.
Yep.
Let it be your strength. Don't dwell on it. Don't dwell on that shit. What happened? Dwell on the fact that you made it out. Dwell on the fact that you got another chance, and dwell on the fact that you got to keep pushing forward and do you. It's like we all have a purpose. We all have, whatever. But the main one is to love yourself and be true to yourself. That's it. You ain't got to impress or prove shit to nobody. Stop trying to prove yourself to this place. Stop. Ain't got nothing to prove. Just do you and have fun. And that's it. Be yourself. And we stronger than we think we are. We don't even know how strong we are. And I've been put to the test many times. I've had 29 surgeries, whatever, but just we are strength and no fear. No fear. And that's what I say to women. You do you. Be that bad bitch you're supposed to be. Oh, sorry.
Hey Mike, I like her. She's
You
cool.
like her?
Yeah.
I shouldn't say bad bitch. Be that diva you supposed to be.
There you go.
Either one, it works. I mean, You know, I think that we need more stronger women in the world anyway. You know,
We are.
I might not be the biggest Kamala Harris supporter in the world, but you know, she's a strong woman to be vice president. Maybe, well, we know she'll probably be president in the next 2 years.
Right.
We know where that's going. But anyway, I mean, look at her. I mean, the first black woman to be vice president, and the first woman and black woman together to be probably president in the United States. Can you imagine? I don't think people understand that. I'm not. Everybody knows I'm a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. But the thing is, can you imagine? Can you imagine the pressure that's on somebody like that?
2021 is the year of the woman. Like, I think it started in 2018, but this is, women are coming up and we're more respected in the industry these days as well. And, you know, it's just, it is what it is. And I feel that this is coming to the woman's time, you know, and I hate to say that, but I mean, we have to be able to,
Hey, Amy.
you know, do what we do what we
Well, you
should
know,
do.
you're right, because in 2018, I could be wrong. Michael, you might be able to tell me if I'm right or wrong. WWE changed the name of the Divas title to the Women's Championship. Was that in 2018?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
divas were considered actual wrestlers at that point. They weren't just considered eye candy. And look what they've done. They've headlined WrestleMania. They've headlined pay-per-views. Women have headlined all those. And back in the 90s and early 2000s, a woman never would have even been on a pay-per-view, hardly, you know. And look at what women. I swear, I think women wrestlers in WWE are better than men sometimes, because I think men in WWE are a bunch of pussy babies. Women, man, after the Bianca Belair match the other day with her and Sasha Banks whipped her with her hair and caused a gash in her side. She didn't cry about it. She called it battle wounds from what she went through, you know. So women, I swear, I think women. You're right. 2018 was the start of the women's revolution, and they say that in WWE, the women's revolution. And
Well, that's
you
why I
know,
got my Wonder Woman shirt on today.
yeah,
Yeah,
she's
Amazon.
that's right, Wonder Woman. I
But I'm
mean,
5'1", so I can't claim Amazon.
hey, well, you know, I mean, even in movies, you know, like you're saying, Wonder Woman. I mean, look at Wonder Woman. She was the best part of the Justice League.
Right?
She was the glue that kept it together, right? In
Right.
Justice League, the movie. I mean, what do you think, Michael?
I think a woman could do anything a man can do. I mean, of course, there is some sometimes physical stuff. You know, I'm not gonna say we're built a little different, but I've seen some women bodybuilders. I'm not gonna lie, that are probably
Ah,
stronger
look
than
at
me.
these guys, you know?
Yeah,
Look at
yeah, but the
I'm just
thing is
joking.
like as far as jobs, as far as sports, as far as women come a long ways, and I never I don't know how to say it. I just see women as equals. You know.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'll accept y'all as equals too. No,
by the way, Michael,
Well,
your wife's birthday was this last week, right?
you know me.
yeah, it was
I'm sorry. I'm a little
on
crazy.
Wednesday.
Happy birthday to her. Tell her I said.
All right, thank you.
Man, it was a pleasure meeting you, Michael.
You
Okay,
should.
Well, I'm
wait a minute.
still on.
I'm
I'm
going.
still
Hold
on.
Are you
But it was
leaving
a
us,
pleasure meeting.
Crystal?
It was a pleasure meeting you, hearing your story.
on.
You are one of my favorite people.
Are you
Oh,
leaving
you're one of
us?
my favorite people too. Thank you. You guys rock.
Are you
For
leaving us,
real.
Crystal? Or are you going to stay with us for a minute?
I have to go start work for my new third job that I have now because I got 3 jobs.
All right.
Well,
Well, it's been good seeing you,
just
Crystal.
yeah, still keep
Huh?
on doing you. Keep rising. Look for me on Facebook, and you ever need anything, you hit me up.
I got to say one thing before I go. Whoop, whoop. Native Pride for life. Y'all my dogs. I love you all. Bye.
Bye.
Pretty cool guest, Mike.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's talk about you for a minute. since
Yeah.
Kiki's not here at the moment.
Yeah.
I read your thing that you wrote that you wondered if you were doing the right thing until you went to Arizona and you met to Arkansas, and you met these people. Can you
So
explain that? Can you explain that a little bit to me, and maybe
so the way
explain
I
to
was
people?
feeling,
Wait. Explain
yeah.
it the way that people might not have read what I read.
Okay.
So kind of go back in and tell them what you wrote about and why you
Yeah.
felt that way.
So basically, I kind of wrote that I was feeling like maybe I wasn't doing the right thing, and maybe I had to take a hard look at what I was doing, only because I see other filmmakers, especially Christian filmmakers, um, who are um, who are succeeding, even though they are doing things kind of, let's just say they're kind of like doing it at the expense of other people.
Hmm.
They're kind of doing it at the expense of other people. Um, they're not doing stuff the right way. They're not treating people the right way, but yet they're succeeding. Whereas us at Burning Bulb, we are actually not ripping people off. We are funding most of the stuff ourselves. We treat people with the utmost dignity and respect. Um, and we're just trying to get movies out there that people will enjoy. I'm not going to say we just do nothing but faith based, but a majority of our movies are faith based. We do other secular titles as well. But the thing is we try and treat people with respect. We try and not. The main thing is we don't want people to think we rip them off, because we that's one thing we sat down in the very beginning and said that we want to do things with everyone fair. We want people to recognize our company as a company that doesn't rip people off. So here we are seeing we're struggling. We are keeping our heads above water because it's a cutthroat business out there, and but yet we see people that are dishonest succeeding. So I was feeling a little depressed for a little bit before my trip. But I don't know. It wasn't just a trip, but just certain things started happening and falling into place that made me kind of like go back and rethink what I was thinking. Um, I had just a ton of people when I was down in Arkansas that knew who I was, seen my stuff, and said that my movies have blessed them. My movies have influenced them. My movies have like kind of like helped them to change their lives um, for the good. And that kind of stuff gave me a little affirmation that I am doing the right things, because you know what we're doing is touching people. What we are doing is affecting people. And I always said I never wanted to be rich as an actor or a filmmaker, but I wanted to touch people. I wanted to influence people. I wanted to help people, and it gave me reaffirmation that yeah, I'm doing that. I'm touching people. What we're doing is reaching out to people, and 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 then I had, when I put that post out there, I had so many people messaging me, telling me don't quit, keep going, keep doing what you're doing, because there's people out there that look up to me. There's people out there that see me as a role model. There's people out there that put me in a place where they say, if he can make it, we can make it, because of my background, where I came from. So I had a lot of reaffirmation. Then I had some people reaching out and saying, well, these people want to help you. These people want to invest. Um, so I I kind of have a good feeling now, and I got that reaffirmation I needed. My partner was feeling the same way, a little down at first. We talked, and now we're full steam ahead. We're gonna push forward. We're not gonna give up. We're gonna keep making movies. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing, and till the wheels fall off.
So are you still doing movies outside your company too?
I still do movies outside my company. Um, I turned down a big gig to do this faith-based one in Arkansas, which wasn't a small one either. But I turned down a way bigger gig. But you know what? I was happy that I did because this movie, it's called Running the Bases, and I'm really excited for when this to come out. It has a good message, good family movie, a good message of of God working in our lives. I know a lot of people out there. Some don't believe in God, and I don't. I'm not the Christian to push God down your throats, but I always said, I'm going to tell you, though, what God's done in my life and what he's done to change me. So I did this movie. I'm happy about it. Worked with some great actors. And and now I'm renewed and ready to I have some gigs in Texas that's outside of Burning Bulb, and I'm gonna do those couple horror movies and a short, and then I get back to business with Burning Bulb. We're gonna probably move on to probably the sequel to Strange Friends, or the sequel to the horror movie I directed, Faded Memories Part 2.
And those are going to be done in Virginia.
We're gonna look at the budget. Gonna look at what is more financially right for us. I know Pent Up is gonna be in West Virginia. But Faded Memories 2 probably will be in Tucson. And yes, I will make sure that your daughter is involved in the ones that we do in West Virginia.
Well, if it can be done, we'll come wherever you need to get. I just want to
Yeah.
see what she does because I'm telling you, man, I thought she was going to be not talking to you at all, but she went in that full force when she talked to you the
Oh
other day.
yeah, yeah.
And
She was an awesome person. She's just
I
like you.
think
A
that
talk.
I think that if you put her in front of a camera and tell her to do this, wherever it is,
Yeah.
she'd do it. And I
Yeah.
think that, you know, I always wanted one of my kids to do something. You know,
Yeah.
I think my granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter, will end up being like me and doing what I do. She's really interested in the things I do, whereas my kids weren't interested because they heard it all the time. Shannon, on the other hand, she lives with her mother,
Yeah.
and she's interested in other things because she don't hear it from me all the time. So it's like she wants to be that actress. She wants to be that model. She wants to be that girl that everybody sees. That's how she is. She's
Yeah.
14. You know, uh, and it's wild, man. With Kayla, my oldest daughter, my grandkids are with. I watched her grow up, and I could see her grow up into a woman. But with Shannon, it's like every time I see her, she looks different. She looks older. She looks more mature. She looks more, you
Yeah.
know. And it's like I worry. Do you got daughters?
I got a daughter who's 15, gonna be 16, August 27th.
So
So
what I'm talking
I just
about.
got in a fight with her right now because she was trying to go to the movies out in booty shorts, and I had to come down really hard on her on that.
Yeah, and
So
it's like you got to make sure they're not talking to older men. You got to make sure they're not doing this. You got to make sure they're doing that. We live in a different time now where I'm
it's so
watching.
different, and there's sex
I
trafficking.
was gonna say
There's
I'm watching a new show. I'm watching a new show. I think everybody should catch it if you can watch it. It's on Hulu. It's
mm,
on I can't remember what channel it's on, but it's called Cruel Summer.
mm,
I don't know if you heard about it, but it's about a girl
no, I
who
haven't.
she gets taken by the vice principal, and
Yeah,
this other girl supposedly sees her in the vice principal's house, and it's this whole big freaking twisted story. One of
yeah,
the main actresses in it is Harley Quinn Smith, which is Kevin Smith's daughter.
hmm
She's in it, but it talks about what you're talking about: human trafficking,
yeah.
kids being stowed by,
You
and
just
she
got to
got
be
stowed
careful
by.
nowadays.
this vice principal lives 4 houses down from where she lives, pretty much,
Yeah.
and her parents
Well, the
didn't even
thing
know she was
is,
there.
child molesters, child molesters, and people like that were always around.
Oh yeah.
But back in our time, it just wasn't seen as much. They have more access to their prey now through social media. They're able to disguise themselves. They're able to lie. They're able to have access to children more than what when we were growing up. I know we were just told don't talk to strangers, don't get if they offer you anything, don't take it. That was more our time.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're getting lured. They're getting preyed upon through the internet, through social media. So it's just scary. I'm one of those dads that watch their kids on social media. I have trackers on all my kids' phones. Um, I just I just I see a world out there that is not a world I grew up in, and it's very scary. It's very scary. It's a very scary time to grow up, and we just got to be more vigilant on watching our kids and making sure that they're okay.
How old is your oldest kid?
My oldest,
Yeah,
my oldest is my son who's 16.
16. Now, let me ask you a question, okay? You're a Christian guy,
Yeah.
okay? You
Yeah.
live by that way. What if one of your kids didn't end up living that way, or one of them ended up being in it? I'm talking about theoretically, okay? I just want to know your opinion.
Yeah.
Or one of
Well,
them
I'll be
decided,
honest. My
or one
my
of
son,
them,
my oldest son, um, he kind of reminds me a lot of myself. Just because he hangs out with the same type of people I hung out with. He got busted. I'm not gonna lie, he's gotten busted for drug use at school. Um, Sometimes even though it's hard as a parent to I can go around the country and talk to at-risk youth, prisoners, people in drug addiction, and they listen to me. But as a parent, and when you're telling your kids these stories, because you're their parent, they don't listen. They think they know it all. They think because they're our kids, they don't have to listen. Um, and so it's harder. You know what I mean? Like I said, I can influence other people, but it's harder when it's your own kids. But I try to tell them. They know what I've been through. They've known what I've gone through, and I try to instill that in their heads. I try to tell them what kind of if going down the path where it's going to lead. I also I try and get them involved in positive youth groups and stuff, so that way they're around positive influences. But when it comes down to it, um, they're teens, and no matter how hard I try and instill what the path they should go, it comes down to that eventually they're going to choose their own path in life.
but my
I don't.
question for you, I understand that, but my question for you is, what if your son or even your daughter become part of a gang? What would you do?
I would try and get them out of it as much as I could. You know what I mean? I would try and do the best I could. But like I said, it all comes down to um, people having their own personality, their own opinions, and sometimes they gotta learn the hard way. You know what I mean? I would seriously discourage it. I would try and keep them away from it, but it's hard when they're teens. You know what I mean? It's hard when they're teens because they're young adults already. Um,
What are you going to do that day when one of them turns
Shoot, I
18?
I would probably put them in military school, but
No, but
even that
no,
I don't
but
think
listen. What would you do? What are you going to do when one of them's 18 and tells you, "I'm an adult now. I can say and do what I want to do"? Are you still
that's
going to
their
allow
life.
your?
I
Are
could
you going
pray
to
for
still
them.
let your kids live in your house
No,
and not
if
do
they're
what you
gonna
ask them
if
to
they're
do?
over 18 and they're living that life, I'd probably have to tell them that they're adults now, and if they think that that's their life, they can as much as it hurts, as much as I can't feed them, not feed them physically, but I can't continue to let them continue living that life under my roof, you know, especially as adults. Now, when they're under 18, I'm going to do my best to change their mind, to sway their mind, to tell them what's good, to show them examples of what can happen to them. But over 18, it's kind of hard to let someone that's an adult live in your house and continue to act, even though they know that their parents have gone through the same stuff. And I've been to prison, and I've had a lot of rights taken away, and I've almost you know what I mean, I've done a lot of horrible stuff, and I've almost lost my life through it. um it's just when they're over 18, they're adults, and they're, you know, I can pray for them. I can I'll always, you know what I mean, I'll always be there to talk to them. I'll always be there to show them the right path. But as adults, you know, you could only wish for the best, man.
It's a thin line, man. It
It
really is
is
a
a really
thin
thin
line
line. I mean, I wish I
because
could say, you know, I'd hold them hostage and leave them in their room till they're 18, but um, you know, they're almost adults. You know, it's hard. It's hard. It's really hard knowing that, seeing that, them possibly going down the wrong path, and when you've been there yourself. You know,
I grew up with a good dad and a good mother,
I try to be
and
the best dad. I try to
and
be the best dad.
but I see
You know what I
kids
mean?
today. I see kids today that act like they're just what's the word I'm looking for? You know the word I'm looking at for.
Yeah.
What's it called? Because they're them, they're able to do it. Let's put it that way. And
Yeah.
it's like I see so many kids that are like between 14 and 17 that smart off to their parents, that say things to their parents, and you
Yeah.
think that their parents are supposed to just sit there and take it, and it's like,
Well, I just had my daughter tell me just recently, you know, Dad, you're from a different time, you know.
yeah,
You
heard
know,
that
you're
one.
from a different time. People act like, I'm like, you know what? Um, I don't really care. You're under 18. You're under 18, and if I tell you take off what you're wearing because it's not appropriate, you're gonna take off because you're under my house. If You know, they think they're teens and they know it all. The fact is that we've been through that life. You know, we know what guys think when they see girls dressed like that. You know, we um we know we know what's the dangers of doing certain stuff. um I kind of think back, I think that's how I thought too as a teen, you know, that I knew it all. But I wish there would have been someone that really, really pushed me, saying, you know, this is what it's going to lead to.
Yeah,
And I just hope that they listen to me, man. And it would be really heartbreaking to learn that as adults they choose a different path, or they do something even now that you know what I mean, would lead to a life of crime or a life of punishment.
but I mean
But
yourself,
it would
you
hurt me big time because I know that I did my best to corral them from that. But but like I said, each person is responsible for themselves. Each person makes their own decisions, and even though it's going to hurt the parents, I can't hold their hand for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? I can only guide them as children on the life they should live.
that's a good example. I like that, man, because so many parents try to keep their kids with them even when they grow up and be adults, and then they get mad because they do things they shouldn't do as adults. But as parents, all we try to do is teach our kids to do the right thing, and if they don't, what are we supposed to do?
Yeah, it's like you can only do so much. Um, I mean, I instill faith in them. I make sure they're gods in their lives. I make sure that they know right from wrong. I try and give them everything in my power I can give to them without spoiling them. And if they decide in the future to live a different life, a life of crime or a life of drugs or a life of just you know, things that I didn't teach them, that's when it becomes on them. You know, it's gonna be hurtful to me because they're my children. I love them, but there's
Do you
nothing you can really do in the future.
do you fear one day that you might get that call that one of your kids has gotten in trouble?
Well, it's like I said. I tried to give them the best possible life. I tried to instill morals and righteous beliefs. But if they go that path, there's nothing I can really do about it. Um, maybe one day, what I mean. But I pray to God that all five of my kids go down the right path, and that all five of my kids make it and succeed.
What is on tap for you this week?
What was that?
What's on tap for you this week?
Um, I am also on top of all the movies I've been doing and planning. I'm also right now. My pastor has gone to Hawaii. He's from Hawaii, so he's taken about a month leave from the church, and I am pastoring too. So I'm doing Thursday and Sunday services, and still trying to juggle my business and my side jobs and everything else. So hopefully I don't burn out, man. But I'm putting all my faith and all my wisdom. I'm asking for God for wisdom. So hopefully I don't burn out, man. But
Where can
so
we see
far,
that? Can we see your all service
yeah.
online
If you
somewhere?
go to it's I do Facebook lives off of my Facebook.
Okay.
So there's already a couple of them on there. If you go scroll through them, I have a couple preachings on there already. Um, this Sunday at 10 a.m. Arizona time, um, I will be preaching, doing a Facebook live. So I am the acting pastor right now at Earth and Vessels Christian Fellowship up until mid June. So
Wow.
yeah, so guys, go on and check it out, and hopefully you be touched and influenced by my words that are given through me through Jesus Christ.
In your new movie's got a trailer for it.
My new movie Strange Friends is been released to Amazon, and to it's available to buy on Amazon, available to rent on Amazon. Also DVD you can purchase off of Amazon or our site www.burningbulbpublishing.com. It's called Strange Friends. It was just released I think yesterday or the day before yesterday. I've been out of it, man. Or else I would have let you know too. I've just been really out of it because I've been so busy. Um,
You
yesterday, yesterday I just got in late Wednesday night. I didn't get to spend the whole day with my wife for her birthday. Luckily I came in and we were able to catch dinner.
did
But
you
I
you
still owe her a birthday day. You know what I mean?
do you have anything else coming out that's not with your company?
Right now we are in the editing process. Almost done with my directorial debut. It's a horror slash comedy called Faded Memories, and that one's in edit right now. And we've done some pickup shots for it. Hopefully that puts us over the hour 30 mark that we're looking for. And I've seen a lot of some outtakes and some scenes because as a director, I'm going through the process of looking at all the stuff the editor puts through, and I'm really liking it, man. I'm really proud to be that's going to be my directorial debut, Faded Memories. The short I was talking about in Texas, I'm going to be directing that one as well. So that'll be my second thing I'm directing. So I'm excited about that as well. Um, and I got a movie I'm doing in Texas called Tapeworms, which is kind of like a B kind of movie, B horror movie. I'm
And you're doing
excited.
that. You're doing that with the guy who directed uh, the circus movie. What's it called?
Yeah, Billy Pond.
Billy Fun. And if you all
Yeah,
don't know who Billy Fawn is, you all, Fawn, he's a great director, producer, writer, who Circus of the Dead was the name of that
Circus of
movie.
the Dead. Yeah,
And
he does a lot of horror movies. He's known all through the horror community. Me and him are going to be starring in that movie Tapeworms.
he almost passed away. I was going to say
What was that?
he almost passed away a couple years ago.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah,
got really bad. And he's also got a tribute to Jimi Hendrix. He does.
yeah.
So Billy's a great guy, man. He, he's supposed to be making that Circus of the Dead new movie soon, I hear, but I don't know if it's ever going to be done or not. And he's from the town I grew up in, Odessa. So yeah, he's
we're gonna be filming in Odessa.
It's really wild, man, that I know this guy. He's in Texas, and you're in Arizona, and I know you. But then the two of you are going to get together and do a movie together. It's just kind of wild.
I'm also gonna do his movie this coming year called Cowboys from Hell.
Oh yeah, I heard about that too.
Yeah, I'm in that. I'm a villain in that movie.
Yeah, he's really doing well, man. I mean, that movie Circus of the Dead put him on the map for horror movies.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a really awesome movie. If you guys haven't checked it out, do check it out. He's an awesome guy as well. Can't wait to go down there and work with him. Can't wait to go down and work with all the cast down there. And Texas has always welcomed me as almost like one of their own. So I love all the people from Texas.
Is Bill going to be in that movie too?
What's that?
Is Bill going to be in that movie too?
Yep, he's gonna actually. Yeah, he's actually acting too, so he will be in that movie.
Not that Bill. I'm talking about the one that played the clown in Circus of the Dead. Bill Osmond or Bill
Osweiler, I think it is.
Something like that.
I don't know. I'm not for sure. I haven't really. I apologize. I haven't really been keeping up with the cast, but I know there's a lot of new actors too. They're going to be on there. Well, not new, but not as established.
Mm-hmm.
So there will be a lot of them, but yet there's going to be the typical horror icons on there as well. And I guess I'm considered now one of the horror icons because I've been in a lot of horror movies as well. So it's kind of funny. I'm known for horror movies and faith-based movies.
That's crazy. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. I want to tell everybody at Facebook. I'll talk to you later.
I was hoping Kiki'd make it, but I saw a message just a little while ago. She was barely headed home, so hopefully next week we have the full gang here. I really loved the guest you brought on. Just her story and her determination and strength is a great moral story for anybody out there who thinks that they can't get away from that guy who's giving them psychological abuse or physical abuse, or that woman even, because there's women out there just like that too.
Yeah.
And it's a great story and a great motivational story as well. So
thanks everybody at Facebook. I'll see you all hopefully tomorrow. And
before you go though, everybody tune in next week to Hanging with the Box 2.0. We're trying to build it back up again, so we need those viewers, we need those views, and share.
And it'll be on YouTube either tonight or tomorrow, so y'all can check it on YouTube.
All right.